Stranger Than Heaven looks really awesome, with leads like Mako Daito and Yu Shinjo. Wait a minute, I see what you did there, RG. Holy, is that Ado's face reveal? RGG Studio revealed a lot of things about Stranger Than Heaven, and the word excited barely covers what I'm feeling about this game, as the more and more information we get about this new title, the better it gets. We've learned that this has been a long passion project for RGG Studio that will take place in 5 different cities and eras, following the story of a Hapu who will also be played by a talented Hapu actor, a new gameplay mechanic for creating music, then possibly exploring the origins of the Tojo clan. What more can we ask for? Is that Snoop Dogg? Oh, it can't be that perfect, I guess. But leaving that casting aside for a moment, we can really see the eagerness and effort that RGG Studio has put in developing Stranger Than Heaven. It might have the familiar mechanics and themes we know and love in Yakuza games, but it's definitely very refreshing to see that the studio known for reusing assets is exploring ideas that have never been touched by other developers before. So, to make you guys even more excited, here's every huge reveal about Stranger Than Heaven and why this will be their most successful game ever. But before that though, if you wishlisted Stranger Than Heaven, then like this video and join Otaku Define for more Yakuza content. You're done now! The best thing that RGG Studio revealed in Stranger Than Heaven is that thankfully it won't be a Daidoji game, as it starts off with Makoto Daito talking about forming his own Yakuza family with the Tojo clan. However, just to be cautious here, we're really not out in the woods yet, as they can still end the story with some Daidoji shenanigans, considering that in the story reveal, it has stated that Daito will have some run-ins against the government. But at the very least, the plot will focus more on Daito's journey as he searches for a place where he truly belongs. And it does look like RGG Studio aren't pulling any punches here, seeing that Daito's origin has shades of racism and the difficult life of an immigrant in Japan. Hence why the first era of the game will take place in Fukuoka, which is fitting as it was the home of the world's largest foundries that we see on the trailers, as well as being a place that offers entry jobs for immigrants during that era. I love that Yokoyama-san and his writing team focus on Daito's hardships as an immigrant, with a touch of that beloved Yakuza-esque brotherhood with Shinjo. I do hope that he doesn't turn into a Nishikiyama, but more on the spectrum of Majima and Kaito, where Daito and Shinjo have healthy brother-rival relationship with no betrayal. It's also fitting that the actors playing them fully resonate with what they've experienced, especially with Yu Shirota playing Makoto Daito, who also has mixed ancestry. He's a Japanese-Spanish actor in Japan who has openly shared his experiences with prejudice. What more is that he's known for musicals that plays well in Daito's love for music. And of course, music is what connected Daito to the strangers he met in Japan, and his sole way of finally finding a place where he truly belongs. Though Daito's talent is more on producing and managing musical shows, and we see RGG Studio pouring their hearts on this theme, as he created an awesome gameplay mechanic where players produce music from environmental sounds and help Daito harmonize them into a new song. So instead of a cabaret from Yakuza 0, we instead have Daito arranging shows for jazz clubs, picking up performers and singers who would lead the stage, and my gosh, this game has a lot of star-studded performers. From Satoshi Fujihara, Tori Kelly, and yeah sure, Snoop Dogg I guess, RGG Studio really can't help themselves when it comes to casting celebrities. Well, it makes sense marketing-wise, as we can see people's reaction after seeing these famous people appearing in Stranger Than Heaven, such as the legend himself, Bunta Sugawara. This is such a dream come true casting. I do wish he's in a Yakuza game instead, but getting him here is so fitting, since his fame started in that era of Yakuza films. But the real question here is, could relying on too many celebrity actors hurt the game? Similar to what happened with Yakuza Kiwami 3. Well, there's no doubting the effectiveness of casting famous people to play a part in games. Just look at the internet's reaction after Keanu Reeves was featured in Cyberpunk 2077. The stigma of actors being lazy is not true at all. Just look at how Aaron Paul made Robert such an interesting character in Dispatch, and Gustav isn't complete without Charlie Cox's performance. Although yes, there have been misses with famous celebrities being involved in games, but the wins outweighs the else. Even if we look at Yakuza games exclusively, their use of celebrities have been stellar. Do you think people would love Kuze if he wasn't played by Hitoshi Ozawa? Would people really enjoy beating up Dwight and Raymond if they weren't modeled after Danny Trejo and Samoa Joe? Shishido won't give us the best boss fights if it weren't for Yasukaze Motomiya's performance. But RGG Studio just can't get a lucky break as they cast another controversial celebrity with Snoop Dogg. It would have been fine if this game released pre-2024, but considering the development cycle, RGG Studio might have casted Snoop way before he performed at the Otaku concert. Nevertheless, it does make sense why they choose Snoop Dogg, since the game features a character who dreams of being one of the best music producers and showman. I just really can't take that we have another questionable casting by RGG Studio. But the best addition here is without a doubt, Ado. I know that's not her real face, but if it is? I mean, we'll never know because she hasn't revealed it yet. Anyway, managing jazz clubs as a showman looks to be fun as we pick different performers per show while also promoting it, which resulted to this amazing song. And this is the most painful thing about the game, since we'll have to wait for Stranger Than Heaven's release before we can get a full version of the song. Anyway, another thing that got me excited for Stranger Than Heaven is RGG Studios' new fighting mechanic, where we control Daito's left and right actions with a shoulder and trigger buttons. In the past Yakuza and Judgment games, the Brawler system put in place are button prompts that the players can press to execute specific combos. Now this is an old but tried and tested mechanic that we see in other beat-em-up games. However, with RGG Studios' Stranger Than Heaven, it is ambitious and looks to further the Brawler gameplay with this new mechanic, as they talk about how the players should pay attention to enemies' rhythms, blocking at the right time, and even countering depends on how the players uses the trigger buttons. There's even an instance where specific actions will play in various button combinations. Just from the concept of it, I'm looking forward to playing Stranger Than Heaven and experiencing how the combat will feel when compared to other Yakuza games. Nevertheless, this looks to be the right direction, and RGG Studio is proven right when they said that this game is unlike the others they've developed before. Lastly, RGG Studio finally revealed the official places where Stranger Than Heaven will take place in its 5 different eras. We've already talked about 1915's Fukuoka, where Daito will start his strange journey in Japan. But then, at 1929, the story will take place in Kure, Hiroshima, where Daito will officially join a Yakuza family. This makes me think that by the end of 1915, Daito is forced to flee and eventually finds protection under the Yakuza in Hiroshima. But later on, he then decides to pursue his dreams of producing shows alongside Takashi. The story then shifts to Minami, Osaka in 1943, a city historically known as Japan's entertainment hub. From there, the plot takes a dramatic turn because of World War II, leading us to Atami, Shizuoka in 1951, which is a famous post-war tourist destination where we meet Zuzi, played by Tori Kelly. Finally, the story concludes in 1965 in the place we all know well, Kamurocho, which really nails the point that Stranger Than Heaven will also tackle the activities of the Tojo clan. Stranger Than Heaven will release this winter, meaning we can see the game as early as January to March next year, which is the usual release window of Yakuza games. So, are you excited for every huge reveal about Stranger Than Heaven? Are you looking forward to producing music and creating the most lavish show in Meiji-era Japan? In my case, I'm just glad that the Daidoji is nowhere to be found here, as that's one of the things RGG Studio needs to put a stop on to win back fans. If you're curious of what other thing Yakuza games need to do, then check this video out. Join Otaku to find for more Like a Dragon content. This is Math, and stay awesome, my kyodais.